Hi everyone, my name's Darren. I'm a lecturer in accounting here at Edinburgh Business School. In this short video, I'm going to give you an insight into what it's like to study with us. There's four main areas which I want to cover today. Those are giving you a little bit more information about what it's like to study accounting at Edinburgh Business School, talk a little bit about career and graduate opportunities in accounting, then I'll discuss a little bit about what we offer beyond the classroom, before discussing our performance and some reasons why you might want to come and study with us. First of all, I want to talk about studying with us, and in this section I'll cover the programs that we offer, the courses within those programs, what learning and teaching looks like, and the staff that you are likely to meet if you choose to come and study with us. As many of you will be aware, we offer two main programs in the accountancy department. That's our MA Accountancy and our MA Accountancy in Finance. I'll say a bit more about the detail of those programs in a moment, but for now I would just say that our MA Accountancy is our specialist degree to prepare you for a career as a professional chartered accountant. We still study the necessary finance elements on that course, but towards the latter end of the programme we're really focusing on our accountancy subjects, whereas with the MA Accountancy and Finance it's a more even split between accountancy and finance throughout the duration of the programme. Our programmes are accredited by all of the major accountancy bodies, and you can get a substantial number of exemptions from professional examinations, and if this is something that you have further questions about, please don't hesitate to get in touch because I'm happy to discuss this. If you're joining us in year one on any of our programmes, you will study the courses listed on this slide, and that also goes for students who are studying on finance, business management and economics. We have what we call a common first year, where all students on those programmes study the same courses. In semester one, we introduce you to the main ideas and principles of accountancy and finance, economics, marketing and business, which sets up your future studies. In semester two, we focus more on your academic and professional and employability skills, with courses such as academic skills, becoming a professional, discovering business. And we also give you a free choice of an elective from across a range of courses throughout the university, should you wish to expand your knowledge. If you're applying for the accelerated programme, you will not study this common year and you will instead enter the old programme in year two for the coming academic year, but I'll say more about that in a moment. Sticking with our new programme for the time being, when you move into second year you'll study the courses listed on the slide. Regardless of whether you're on the MA Accountancy or MA Accountancy and Finance, second year remains the same. It's in years 3 and 4 that the subjects become more specialised towards either accountancy or accountancy and finance. We at this stage cover the broad range of accounting and finance elements, from introducing you to financial accounting across both semesters, and also introducing you to components from finance. And if you've done year one, these courses are designed to build on the knowledge that we've cemented in year one and start to introduce a little bit more complexity to set you up for future years. We also retain an element of studying economics, and we give you a choice of an elective again in semester one, so there's still some flexibility in your studies in year two. We also set up your future years of studies by introducing in semester two a specific course on management accounting, as well as working on your quantitative methods studies and introducing again further financial understanding through financial markets theory. For those joining us on the accelerated programme, you will be joining year two of the old programme. So you'll be joining the cohort who are progressing from first year this year, and you'll be studying on our old programme, which has broadly the same subjects, it just we study them in a slightly different order. So in the old programme you would be studying in semester one financial reporting. We'll have that element of quantitative methods and financial markets theory, and we'll also be encouraging you to study commercial law. In semester two, we are building on the knowledge from year one on management accounting, building on the knowledge from semester one and taking forward our understanding of finance by studying corporate financial theory. And we also have an interesting programme on social and environmental accounting. In addition to commercial law in semester one, we also have a further management course in semester two of year two, which is business entities. Direct entrants who are coming in from college would also join in year 2 of the old programme, and similarly if you're coming into year 3 direct from college, you would go into year 3 of the old programme. And if anybody wants further information on this, again, please do contact me. I'll leave my email address up at the end of the presentation, so do get in touch if you've got further questions. In addition to the subject matter of the programmes, I think it's quite important to set out how you would learn and how we teach you when you come to study here. And it's a little bit difficult to predict what's going to happen come September and beyond, but reflecting on what we've done this year, I think it's useful to share that we've been operating with a responsive blended lender approach, which has meant that we've been doing a mixture of online and face-to-face teaching. And that means that you're still retaining the traditional elements of learning at university. There's a weekly lecture and there are weekly tutorials. Lectures are typically bigger classes where we have a couple of 100 students coming together. We are teaching you, we're setting activities, we're covering the course material at a higher level, and then in the tutorials, where the classes are typically 20 to 30 people, we're setting practical examples, we're working together in groups, we're working closely with students and tutors to answer your questions and make sure that your understanding is following and that you're able to grasp the key elements of the course. And all that has remained even though we've had this mixture of online teaching and face-to-face teaching. Again, we don't really know what it's going to look like come September, but regardless of what happens, because of this year and a responsive blended lender approach, we're prepared to also support your learning via alternative means such as videos and links to YouTube, discussion boards, blogs, various ways to keep the communication going, because learning is that two-way process between student and teacher, and we are continuing to work on the best way to improve your learning. While we're talking about learning and teaching, I think it's quite important for you to see who would be teaching you come September. And as you can see in the slide, we have a broad range of different experiences and expertise from academic and professional worlds. We have people from different backgrounds and cultures, and we have a really great team in the accounting department. And it's been one of the best things about working at Heriot-Watt is that we're all really close and we're all working very hard to continually improve the offering from the accounting department to students, and we'll hopefully continue to do that in the future. Moving on from talking about what it's like to study with us, I want to say a few brief words on what career and graduate opportunities there are with accounting based on my recent experience and the recent experience of some of the graduates that I've been speaking to recently. In this section, I'm going to do a couple of things. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the traditional route into accounting from university to professional life, reflecting on my own experience and some of the experience of recent graduates. And then I'll discuss some of the potential opportunities within and beyond accounting that our recent graduates have gone into. I want to begin by talking about the traditional route into accountancy, and this is the route that I followed. There's a bit of background. I studied accountancy and finance at Heriot-Watt as an undergraduate. When I graduated, I was lucky enough to secure a position with an accounting firm, trained towards my professional examinations before qualifying as a chartered accountant. And many of our students on accountancy or accountancy and finance programs would take this route, where you focus first on completing your degree program. You may get an internship along the way, but essentially once you graduate, you're looking to obtain a graduate job with a training firm, whether that's within professional practice or within the finance or accounting departments of larger firms. At the same time, you'd be signing a training contract to study towards professional examinations with one of the major accountancy bodies. Once you've passed those exams and typically worked for at least 3 years, you will be recognised as a chartered accountant. Now that's the traditional route. It's not the only route. As I'll discuss in a moment, we have students who take their accountancy and finance degree and go in lots and lots of different directions. Becoming a graduate and going on to secure graduate employment can be a difficult decision, and we're lucky enough to be supported by our Careers and Graduates service, which if you've not already checked out and you want more information on, please again do get in touch. As I said in the previous slide, our graduates have gone on to do a range of different things with their accountancy and finance degrees. And as you can see on this slide, we've got people who've gone into financial control, we've got people who work with mergers and acquisitions, technology trading, and a range of different opportunities are available to you once you graduate, regardless if you go down the professional accountancy route or not. And in the last few months, I've been working with several of our recent graduates who've gone on to a variety of different roles, from working locally with Baillie Gifford in Edinburgh and some of the accountancy firms based in Edinburgh, to moving to London to work for big investment banks and other firms who are involved in the financial sector. And accountancy degrees can take you across the world if you need to, and some of the people that I graduated with have certainly travelled, and I know some of my friends who were in my graduating class are now working in places like Hong Kong and the Cayman Islands. So it's the opportunities are there, and again, working with us and working with the career service can really help to focus your energies on where you want to go after, because it's not as linear as it might appear in terms of your future career. There are therefore lots of exciting opportunities beyond an accountancy and finance degree, but to be able to secure those, I think it's important these days to offer more than just the content of our courses. And we as an accounting group have lots of exciting opportunities that I'm going to talk about now beyond the classroom, to help you develop your employability skills and make you somebody who employers want to hire. There's four main areas I want to cover here. I'm going to talk about our Bloomberg Trading Room, our Investment Society, the opportunity to study abroad with our Go Global scheme, and also a little bit about help and support that's available to you if you study with us. If you come to study with us, you'll have access to our Bloomberg Trading Room, which is a unique facility that gives you hands-on experience of working in a simulated market environment with real data and a variety of functions that can simulate what it's really like to work in it on the trading floor. And in addition to that, you get access to our Bloomberg Markets course, where you can get certificates. So we're adding employability skills, we're adding to your CV, we're increasing your understanding of the finance world, and it's something that we've had really positive feedback from students over the last few years, and something that they've found very useful throughout their studies, but also securing employment, and from the graduates I've spoken to recently, something that's been useful when they've gone on to professional work also. In addition to our Bloomberg Trading Room, we have our Student-Led Investment Society, which has proved to be a really useful resource for students over the last few years. The Investment Society represents a safe space to get to know the industry you're going to go into. They currently do that by having two education programs, Financial Analysis and Financial Universe, where you can learn in a safe space all about the financial world that you might well be going into. They foster links with the professional world through yearly conferences, where they get guest speakers in to talk about topical issues, and again, furthering your employability skills and awareness of the industry. They also produce a student-led magazine called Capital House, which allows you the opportunity to contribute to and or to learn about the finance world, and they have regular social events where you can engage in discussion with other like-minded students, and they previously had an annual trip abroad. So lots to get involved with, lots of important parts to your development as a student, and potentially as somebody who goes to work in investment banking or the finance world in general. Another exciting opportunity that's available to accounting students is the opportunity to study abroad via our Go Global scheme. That means that you can study in either the Dubai or Malaysian campuses, and over the last few years we've had several students study in both Malaysia and Dubai on our accounting programs. The pictures that you can see on the slide are from one of our students, Poppy, who along with another accountancy and finance student, Jennifer, travelled with a few other friends on different courses to study in Malaysia for a campus, and they spoke really highly of both the education they got in Malaysia, studying in a different culture, and obviously being able to travel and see a little bit of parts of the world they wouldn't otherwise have seen during their studies. Obviously, with the current situation, it looks like September 22 will be the earliest that we can go global, but if that's something that you're interested in and you want more information on, again, get in contact and we can discuss it in greater detail. But it is a really unique opportunity, and all of the students that have gone have come back highly praising the opportunity to be able to go to Dubai and Malaysia. The final thing I want to discuss in this part is help and support. When you come to study with us, you'll be allocated a personal tutor right at the beginning, and that will be an academic member of staff who's designed to be your first port of call for any issues you might be having, whether that's with teaching, exams, or things beyond university that you believe are having an impact on your studies. We're here for you, and we're here to support you. In addition to that, all accounting staff are very approachable, we're very contactable. We have at least 2 hours of office hours where we make ourselves available to you, and if we are in the office and our doors open, most of our lecturers are willing to speak to you without arranging a meeting or appointment. The final thing I want to talk about is our performance as a university, as a business school, and as an accounting department. There are many different ways of measuring and ranking our performance as a university, a business school, and as a department. But what I've done on the next couple of slides is pick out what I think are some of the things that are most important to students, that were certainly the most important to me when I was studying as a student, and from my conversations with students, what they have identified as being important to their time with us. One of the elements that students are constantly highlighting as important is making sure that they have the appropriate facilities that allows them to carry out their studies in an appropriate way, and we've been ranked second in the UK and top in Scotland for the amount spent on facilities, whether that's our renovation of the library, our improvement of lecture rooms, and the increased study spaces we're offering. The feedback from students has been that over the last few years in particular, the university's work has not gone unnoticed, and that means that you can concentrate on your work, on your study, without having to think about where or how that's going to happen. And that kind of links into the second part of the slide, which is the National Student Survey, which showed an increase in student satisfaction, which again is important to us as individual accounting lecturers, that we're able to ensure that students are happy with what they're learning, and listening to student feedback to make sure that we're constantly improving the learning experience for students is also important. That's something we've worked on quite hard over the last few years, and we'll continue to work on over the coming years. One of the areas identified by students as being important is the area of employability, and we're quite proud that in accountancy and finance, 91% of our graduates were in work or further study within 6 months of graduating, and something that we're continuing to work closely with students on. And as I explained earlier, we have various means for doing that via our student societies, our Bloomberg Trading Room, and also the excellent careers service that we have at Heriot-Watt. We've been ranked 4th in Scotland and 25th in the UK for accountancy and finance, and again something that we're proud of, and something that we're continuing to work on to improve the offering to students, to improve the teaching we're doing, the learning, and making it as interesting and as relevant to you and your future career as possible. And that's really all for me. I don't want to keep you too much longer. Thanks for watching. If you have any queries, please do get in touch. My email address is on this slide there. Happy to answer any questions you have about anything, or even if you just want further information about what it's like to study at Heriot-Watt. I can just about remember what it was like as a student, and obviously I've got the experience of now being a lecturer, so if you've got any questions at all, please do get in touch.